Right, you know we are about sports arena. Brasso say international ya good munsem the bro na good munsem no da catch you say kwan obefa so obi this guy ho na anything na ye ba say ye be che nsem ni mu some of the topics are trending topics are wonti ase no ye betena ase ne ya chechire mu de ama na afi bibia so no etumi akoye papa de ama endra Ultimate Juventus di nipa bro papa Juventus koma bobo ko e friend Palmer tell ultimate magic ro mu wini bi no Juventus akoma Palmer shen 1-0 1.5 kra to me ambo enti eye de wo mu no nyame adom ene matches wo honti ene no kwan bia so no ye be den ye be face o mo na afa bibia so no etumi akoye na bibia akoye kama aha sports arena jumadi a de bro me din di list to Vincent was asuna Benedict was show na live street is watching Facebook and afei okokopie mu ABN Radio 1 Facebook a obeti enka na bibia so etumi akoye papa endra it appears say yenkomo ayedi edefa din horsing ho no amanfo ni age ho papa yebekọ so na yetumi consistency yetumi dia bremu in terms of teams no niema omu hia na say nyema bekoye dia mo no we will make that discussion available say na be ya also beti na afi wani so etumi ayeden age ho papa na bibia so na etumi akoye honum nene ye hwa ni mu say kwan bia so yebeche voucher meboa yebeche voucher na voucher na yeche no yede topic betwo question what I say yede question ebe to hold the amount na fi o answer question na near the my bed voucher no yede abro yede amount kama shanu suye papa iti question yede be bro na what me the answer na ba or the answer ne ba kwan bia so ye behwe na afedi wo mu no ye tumi e de amount na utwa na ye de amount na afi also wanya bibi kakra dia ayeden e de atwa bet ene because ene matches wo papa I'm telling you on authorities a match wo enti ene ye be diska na bibia so no atumi ayeden akọ eye e wo honom Shannon sa okopie mu e wo online radio na MYBET online radio saso e na okopie mu ewo YouTuber MYBET.AFRICA TV MYBET.AFRICA TV ho and show ne streaming live into bomode ana join na bibia so ntumi koye join your Telegram account in Sports Arena SPORTS na watintemu ARENA na wa join o join a de ya pin wo na ne ye MYBET link a ye registration bomode amia so na ye registration no na fe twen say ye the code ne be bro na fe wo so atwa no wadi na sika ba fie na somdwe so adem aba fie na bibia so atumi ade akoye wo ko TikTok a ho na ye di videos ne ade nyina ye digu enti join on TikTok sports.arena.news sports.arena.news ewo TikTok obenya e videos ni nyina bibia so atumi akoye na ma menhwe na afi question no memfamra na afi bibia so entumi enkoye question of the day no as which manager succeeded Sir Alex Ferguson at Man United in 2023 Sir Alex Ferguson fee Man United no coach bi a replace no coach ben Ole Gunnar Solskjaer 2 Louis van Gaal 3 David Moyes and 4 Ralf Rangnick and I said D and I said A near Ole Gunnar Solskjaer so na B no Louis van Gaal C David Moyes and D Ralf Rangnick wow be then obe message first no wo na wo de na correct no wo na ye de sa voucher ibe ma na bibia tumi akoye wo honom ma ye hwe endra games no Madrid to me win Arsenal and to me and win say the can say Liverpool here only a draw to be champions ewo England na fe bibia so to me akoye ewo honom Fiorentina kwache Cagliari share 2-1, Lazio kwache Genoa 2-0, Parma share Juventus 1-0, and Torino share Udinese 2-0. Now after match day 33, Inter was 71, Napoli was 71, Atlanta was 64, Bologna was 60, and Juventus was 59, Lazio 59, and the AS Roma Dana Sepe 57, Fiorentina 56. Venezia, Empoli, Monza, and an A, Omoda Asia Honoma, Omo train at the formable. Shannon Sandra, Coppa Italiano. The return leg in a corso, El Giuseppe Mienza. AC Milan, Eche, Inter Milan, El Nomonofon from 3-0, and Omodema, El Honum, into Iberum, Nafi, Yade, a Munche, Muneso, to me, Edia. I be a former Mama Quaba.
Yeah, list to Joso.
Yeah, you share my better education in Kakrana Fee. Yambra, and your topic says strikers, no. It appears that England, except ABR, except Man City, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, and Aston Villa. Almost fighting for top 5 in now being here striker.
Yes.
Man United, so here be. It you say strikers so about year. We were in the right. I remember say time and now United were upper striker, Chelsea super striker. Chelsea pe Lukaku.
United.
And United upper Morata. Some way somehow Lukaku could pay more United and Chelsea could pay more. Chelsea could for Morata. Almost tuning in and work out. So we've seen this conversation before. You show my better education enough. You share and drag games, you know what it means. Title race near the name share. And them games in also.
Okay, list to us. Be TA and my bet for say Okomo platform. Quite be as almost be fiscal. Inti uti now register. T steps kitwa we na for register ya. Come my bet platform na ko fiscal. Send ya wons who bet me enya sika kakra dia two bottom. Ye di we abosumi ewie ye mu inti TA. Ko www.mybet.africa. Oko we are be who the top right corner be who icon be or me so registration and login or found about registration so e bia the first thing on baby say a phone number ni betimi a wow personal phone number o number o dey mobile money transaction send ya wudi a o betimi yi scanner then asamba phone so phone number ni shemu we are the next thing a username a unique name te betimi a unique name e betimi a wudi bi e betimi pa a full name se obo na bia e kaso wedin we obi wo hode da meaning say obi e yusu say din nti ade a obe ne say o de number ba ko mienu be count nti se kwame 10 kweku 7 na why ne say send your registration ni be easy amount the next thing password ni there wow password a use boshem enka password ni nchiro bia send your china bi obi ntimi raw account mu first campo bia we do all on fan ko twabet into password no ubo wie enche otirim the next thing on be send you verification code now they then verify your account verify your account ni we no my bet platform we wem afidi ye analysis e ba be ma options e ba be ma na utia no afa no now dey twabet my bet ma aka bonus the whole Ghana open no ma 1500% ubi biara ma kese 1000 my bet the 500 account say na winnings ni betimi akoso ensi ho ama bet builder ene games e be koso no betimi a selections of 3 games per now be pick here betimi nya 30 selections na free because with one game unya bet builder options of 10 inti betimi nya 30 selections now senya unkofa matches bebre na bia team mpo a unim ne mbese no for mo a unimom na hihye bet builder ne wo ho na fafa game ne nso koso no almost cash out or partial cash out on mouse scan mu bi no yi no eja na de aka na kopim game ne wiye open so betimi yi scanning na senya my bet fa kwan bia so senya time bia betwa bet wo won kwan bia so be fisika kaka e de ato botom senya won so betimi e de aiden aba obrant ene eno na my bet for e de mai say yenso yenye den yemfa nto yenkotodwem yen twa bet e on platform ne so omno me truly Ghanaian company say ba bet mo
right yeah yen share Ndra games no yeah yen share
yes Ndra games my starting fee Arsenal and Crystal Palace Ndra mbeka say Arteta with games na ekoso there's time players be were so to be bench na meno so no senior no so betimi enya next week obo Champions League and then you chine injury be betimi ha adwe minji ndi say player bi betimi enya injury ene betimi recover before next week Tuesday internet likely say obey we ye hu say we Arsenal players no akwa kodum pempen so a the motivation even to fight for the league ni hobium, because Champions League zero na ba be show mo feel say this is the Champions League. Eso mutimeje. Inti ndwe hu game Arsenal boy on any day me can I say this will be a game we should expect an over 2.5. Crystal Palace ekwa away ni goal sheni we nim the same as Arsenal. Me can say Arsenal home games were about over 42 home games. Arsenal she first goal nko Arsenal lose so game no. To do bi ohwe game no be hu say even time an Arsenal leading 2-1 no. Probability winning probability na Crystal Palace the other 2 because of record and Arsenal quita. In draw Arsenal players or parody for this particular game. I think Trossard Ababe player bia. He has been one of the best signings for me in this Arsenal team. Arsenal turned just 21 million from team I friend of Brighton. But Oba Arsenal team, he's been able to fit into every position available. He wants to about the left wing position, about the right wing position. In recent 2 games, Oba bought that is the first 9 or the 9 position. I watched 3 goals. So he's one player, he's so versatile to the extent position biya odenebe bono. Obetimi aye no contribute aboa ma nyama nyina time ayeden akoye. Indra Kivio insu timi nyan first goal. I think coming in to replace player friend Gabriel not a big gap. So betimi closely. But Otimi you saw that Champions League game against Real Madrid they are building who and he has become one of the most exciting players in the Arsenal defense. Or she goes no or line blocking saves and na men also no Arsenal etimi in lose sa game no. Say that game na kika no I think Sisi and Bibi akwa to Liverpool same. The only thing that Liverpool be here is a draw against team my friend Tottenham and more moji the Premier League title. I think I'm not seeing Tottenham beating Liverpool. And no Krasambe boy Liverpool because meaning say with that they can get to celebrate the title on their home turf. Into one Liverpool be after that no. Adia beat me a guard of honor. The team beat Chelsea mo many agiye pa because ebia after Liverpool ageno they wouldn't try to put in a lot of players na enyama etimi anya den anko entium. With Arsenal setup no, I think Thomas Partey has been one key player in this Arsenal team. In recent times, who said they've been conversations, say they want to renew his contract. Ateta ma Arsenal for that year, say he's one player, he needs him in his team. One thing in draw, Oshe Arsenal set up now. You know, say this season, Declan Rice are changing. Near him no of a player or team movie ball faster, or team the ball journey no runs up and down. But Nini now is due to the availability of Thomas Partey. Partey timia so ama midfield now is solid to the extent say Rice ko nenima on James Ebia or mechi ebi obi ni ho indra or ye one touch be eyi. That the Crystal Palace players too if we game numa. He's one player. He has we all know. Say from last 2 seasons, Arsenal anytime they are not Partey be prano, you could see that their game plan was a bit no good. But he has been fit this season. With me upon home DNA, with me keep that team very solid. Their midfield 3 has been one of the solid midfield 3 in the Premier League. With Crystal Palace side, now in Ketia, everybody was looking out. Says, what about Emirates getting the chance to play again at the Emirates Sports Stadium with a goal? But he was disappointing for me. The chances nyama na nkese otimi ehye wentimi anye den anye no with Eze. He has been one of the exciting young players. I do baby there are rumors say maybe he will move out of Crystal Palace at the end of the season. He has been one player. He brings a lot of excitement to their game. Those say they play a rigid type of 3-back, but the inclusion is one thing that helps the team move forward well, and the skills and the ball striking ability. Boama team Nico Yindra Mateta and start name. But he came in and got that crucial goal. A team at Crystal Palace. In Dram, can I say Crystal Palace? Baby or Modano. With a win, with a draw, with BBR, it wouldn't affect their season. But sometimes getting results against teams like Arsenal, it boosts to confidence and make sure say, wait to me, I in this season. This season, compared to every Crystal Palace season, is their best season. About goals scored, about points accumulated, and they've done so well. With records, so make me assert this season. Past season, so mean to me and yes, me bomb about so ended in a 2-2. Say Liverpool fans, you may or train says Saturday and a Sunday or monitor Tottenham game, no bet me about draw na nyama etimi akoye. Inter Milan, any AC Milan game on boy. I think this will be one game. Barca fan be etinasi your margins on behind this game. On behind the way Inter Milan set up any the way on bet me Inter Milan abo. Now Oshe Inter Milan team on parody. There's just 1 or 2 players which maybe they'll be missing out of the main Champions League game ebekoso. And one thing I mean in that particular game was the way Conceição set up AC Milan team. Now, say Barcelona, I don't know how Hansi Flick will go into that game. Say Barcelona set up to match a 3-back system with a midfield of Memphis with 6 with 1 striker. Obey me overturning this Inter Milan team. In draw every player in the AC Milan setup a ball man bro. So I think this AC Milan team, the only thing that was missing is a team that they are built for a 3-back type of system. With Hernandez, him say he's one player, he likes to search forward, get into the opponent's box to shoot or to give a cross or to pass. But with a 4-back system, no, Okone Nimbia no Odrinechi. But with a 3-back system, he has the availability to go and do whatever he wants and not think of say Bia Bob Abesinichi. In Drajovic, he has had a difficult career after the amazing career with Frankfurt or Real Madrid. And Oba loan to AC Milan which is but in Dra he's stepping out. So one thing I've seen about him, he's a box-to-box striker. He is that fox in the box. He wants to be around the box. In the 3-back system, a man here fixed as a poacher, a one in Dra. Omutimisha 3 solid goals against Inter Milan. This is the second time Conceição in a competition with me Inter Milan. If we saw the first one, which Inter show 2-0, and bet show 3-2. Then this one 1-1 in the first league, and now with me Inter Milan 3-0. Obimbeka say Inter Milan are doing baby that is the Champions League. So but no, there's a competition that Inter Milan are looking to win. Say Inter Milan person win or repeat this treble now Jose Mourinho here now. This is the time and then so it's a game every person who was included in the game, their captain Lautaro Martinez was in the game, but still the Nyame Intimi and far AC Milan mebo mabaso by a titi rumor say at the end of the season Kwan Biaso Conceição person mujane Kwan. But if he's able to win 2 trophies in a season or joining that is in January, I think that they should rethink about what they are doing and now try to invest in the team a bit me abuane a solid team.
Yeah, he will go obey pre-season. He'll be able to get enough opportunity because Obe so team no at the middle of the season. I think that they are judging him harshly. That is one thing. And that is one thing I must study with the Italian football. Italian football wasn't meant to be like that. Thiago Silva, with Thiago Motta, he lost just 3 games. Those said they were playing draws with a young team. But I think the first season, if her performance no done it, say be uncle done it in the Premier League or any other league, I don't think there will be questions about him being sacked. But I think the Italian clubs now learning that culture of the English clubs are coach. This is a coach I can say so. Oba in the first 2 games, we share Inter Milan share. Akwaji Cup. Now no, then either say Empoli ni Bologna and obe sure more final. These 2 teams are likely so bet me show. Into coach etimia join any team in January, etimia the 2 domestic trophies. I think they should rethink about it because he's building something. And they against Inter Milan, he went for a 3-back alpha. So going for maybe he'll try with that a bit me aboa. So I think they should see to that because he's a very good and quality coach. I think on players in Anyamini seriousness now. Enye den enyo Mundra Juventus the fixer in dra or hanko for ye papa investors or how mu ye in dra game at Juventus boy and the performance omudani the ball possession everything Juventus were in hold of BBR. But that goal Parma a share in the first half in dra me can say Parma a team bia mostly no they scored their goals from the 70th minute downwards intino say uni omo bona obe share ma ese utimi show montem in the first half she goes because no that time no mo so ma ho odin ba nti Palmer timi nya that early goal timi right in the second half na mo say there be this game will surely end in a draw for Juventus or Palmer can win because of performance at Palmer adanidi especially when they meet big clubs in dra mebu ball ha omo share big clubs ni bi omo ni Inter Milan e ball draw and na no so na Juve cra first leg so omo bo
2-2 nti na no so na Inter Milan title race no ani Napoli ababenya the same point into so Sharks for na e ho no yire ne ho e ko ne ko but o shan keto no no nso betimi ni o mabo a Nandia watching for the bono na mo but baby are no dano any Juventus in Dra can access Juventus bet me qualify for the Champions League match we hu hia ye pa in Dra omutimi elusu ya Emma Bologna Sisiano they have dreams again said they can go for the Champions League for the second season in a row into they are highly motivated says 5 games na kano kwan bia so mbejire omo etimi ewini de omuntimi wini say draw no mbekwa kwatwe a ombekwa akotwe sa draw no na menu so metimi ewura Champions League for the second time in their football career. Yenhwe Spain, Real Madrid. Indra Carlo Ancelotti, I think sisi asenya nyam edu no hwe a nyam afono no. Inti Carlo Ancelotti pa indra de Frank Garcia boy or de Ada Gule boy or de Hendrick start here or de we we Brahim Diaz start here the say yes. In common course wa bonte no we run team. We've heard rumors say at the end of the season kwan bia so obeko ebia olusu the Copa the Real final na ebia Madrid for be gina no so e dey iden apamo no. Fabrizio Krabe post say and ba ne pese solo otimi pe ono so ne personal coaching way career no ono so timi fa so. Indra, it was a good game for Real Madrid. Mbe kan wa say Getafe team bia uhwe Omun Penomie the team in the Spanish league on board say Italian team. Defensively, coach no Timibo DM says striker. Into this is a team a bad defensive, omu very solid. Indra formation almost set up for the game was 5-4-1. But she ball now, omu bobe 7 back. They weren't ready to open up for Real Madrid. Real Madrid beat me goal. And Ada Gule in the 21st minute, it's Ada crucial goal. I think Ancelotti, seeing the performance of Ada Gule, seeing the performance of Brahim Diaz, seeing the performance of Hendrick, I think he would, say maybe he would regret. But he will feel, say, I didn't win to me and my boys with chance during the season when things were crucial. I know Muhia games, so Mutiminya maximum points. Because these are boys, Ada Gule this season, only a lot of minutes. But why double figures this season? Ushe Hendrick, almost 1 minutes, but they are doing so well. Brahim Diaz, they are doing so well, but they are not getting the chance to play because the coach is speaking more of the big names than the young boys that they can come in and do something for them. See, baby, a league in Akwakoduno. It's 4 points. Everything can happen. Their next league game against Barcelona, so Real Madrid, it's me win that game. Meaning the league will be close to just 1 point, which anything can happen, especially with Barcelona still in the Champions League. In TNA, they are just fighting for every point. Omuhia. In Drambekan, as a season, my expected goals will be in 3 teams like I say, especially when they are fighting for something, maybe a top 4 or maybe a league race. Oshe go back, no episode, obey me defend it, and this I go back on I just had 3 points, no, the Beji, and you say recent Barcelona games, you won 1 goals, maybe 1-1 goal margin. In recent Real Madrid games, is in their last 2 games, 1-0, no, make me a shine draw, in Yama, etimi. So I think with other games, of course, so to say Atletico Bilbao, any Las Palmas, and also make concerning. So I'm not seeing a lot of goals. It's a game, and mostly in the last 3 fixtures, no, it has always been ending in 0-0 or 1-0 win for team IFN or Atletico Bilbao. And I said that if you go any Villarreal news with the Uncomoa says a game, surely I'm seeing an over 2.5 and also both team to score. But I think in draw red card, we everybody in Yama Villarreal, I did back with Timmy Hauma. Or main Timmy and Shego, but it will also dent their title race, especially for that Champions League spot. And Betis Edomechi with just 1 point. And then Betis won the game no winner. Betis say we are that Champions League spot. I think Man United fans in Beji. So Betis score Champions League now. Ombetimi Yiska Eddie Ababeto play Fern Anthony.
Right,
yeah, Listo, my chat here for you and I'm more macro baby. My man started with the Coppa Italia second leg semi-final na course no. This season, they Inter Milan AC Milan share 5 times. 2 in the league and Bambo Mudikambo Super Cup bako and then Yomabo 2 and they Amasanso about the second leg of the Super Cup. And they watch check it the head-to-head between Inter Milan and ACR this season. Inter winning AC Milan winning Inter 3 times. Out of the 5 games on Mabo, emu 2 ending a goalless draw, a 1-1 draw, and then emu 3. And so I call in a win for AC Milan. So because this season AC Milan struggle, but many can say these are two traditional big clubs, arguably the two big clubs in Italy. They are rivals, they play at the same stadium, they are also at the same venue, and as at the same town. Now Milan, now same stadium, now baby Baku, and they are the two biggest clubs in the history of Italian football. And now Oshe AC Milan at least all. Ababa say this season or more struggle. They are not in the top form this season. In fact, technically we check the Serie A table now. It looks as if they are going to miss out on the top 4 and the top 5 slots this season. But the game Omobo against a team at the AC Milan. Coach Consensao echo with a different direction because they said this season, and you had your boy 3-back system. But he played a 3-back system to cement and also maintain the game on it man the Milan bebo. In Russia this season, so far games are on a Inter Milan aboina. The first one Oshe Inter 2-1. He went in with a 3-back system. Sorry, a 4-back system or boy. And after that was the Super Cup, and then the Super Cup final, our Sanso winning a 3-2, and also Komu with a 4-back system. The another one on board 1-1. He went in with a 4-back system. And the last one and the semi first leg of Moboya or Mobo 1-1, which is a man in the AC Milan home. He went in with a 4-back system with Walker, Gabriel, Thiago, and Abrante and Theo Hernandez as the 4 center backs. Tijani Randes, Fofana, Jimenez, Pulisic, Rafael Leao, and Temi Abraham, and Obom, these 2 players. And then Listo. Who check the lineup a coach Nidi Rema. He played 3-back with Pavlovic, Gabia, and Abrante and the Eddie Tomori, with Abrante and the Eddie Theo Hernandez, and then the Alejandro Jimenez. About these 3 players. And you see how they or Mapi team was that if they are defending, they will have more men. Theo Hernandez will stop Matthew Damian and DeMarco, and it's also Inter team now. They are players more least all. Apart from the 3-back system, Damian and DeMarco, if Inter Milan are able to play a lot of game, if Inter Milan for better match go, these flanks are very important. In fact, any coach be at least or boy a 3-back system be the flanks are so much important for that system. Intene Sobeka Antonio Conte, the days at Chelsea, have Victor Moses very important for him. Marcos Alonso, you coach and then Thomas Tuchel with Rhys James and Abrante and then Ben Chilwell.
Yeah.
Every coach you about 3-back the flanks, the fullbacks are so much important. In Tennessee, one say Amorim buying one of the signings of more year first was Patrick Dog because the flanks on the left back, especially on you be with my body, yes and no penal. In the Russia, most of the coaches on more 3-back or more rely on more fullbacks. And the best thing Eboa opinion ding Eddie consensus and say he has to stop DeMarco and Abrante and Matteo Damian and also stop Taremi Martinez and Mkhitaryan almost be running through that spaces DeMarco must be pacato. So what he did is say I don't know about a 3 attacking players with Rafael Leao, Christian Pulisic, and Abrante and Eddie Luka Jovic with just 2 players in midfield. Tijani Randes, and Abrante and Eddie yourself Fofana in midfield. So in midfield, you who say Inter Milan will dominate the game because whenever Inter Milan get a ball now, Mkhitaryan drop it deep about midfield with Onone Aslani and Abrante and Barella. So what they did is dominate the game in the midfield. But you see the flanks. They say whenever DeMarco and Damian Ko anymore, Tijani Reinders and Jimenez will hold on to these players and create space more. They're not tactically how consensus echo game no or bo opinion in Inzaghi. Tactically they're not over checking the statistics of the game. In terms of possession, in as much as Inter dominated game, the possession was 56-44. 56% and 44% for AC Milan. And now Inter Milan created a lot of chances because almost that form what they have to do is that they have to go that parent attack, direct attack attacking football and no omo bo 16 shotter and no emu 8 pe and then emu 3 pe and then on target out of the 16 shot omo boy with Milan ebo 8 shots emu 3 was on target and then no omo 3 shot on target at least ni nyina and a resulting in a goal. The team created a lot of jump. But no, a game now, the game resulted in a lot of corners. This season, Inter Milan game corners in time, but then no with how our consensus was setting up. Obama and they Inter Milan for no very hungry for goals because goals no at early as first half and Luka Jovic ball goal. Yeah, but second half now 3 minutes and Jovic so they were knocking the doors to at least get the equalizers. Now come with me at the game. I couldn't no a game now. I think that Milan this season anytime they are consensus will be I say he has an antidote to how to beat Inzaghi. And the idea about this season and looking at how they make on Milan a very good season. A very good season so far in the league. But with Empoli and Bologna, in the Copa, it looks as if likely that AC Milan and Bologna are in the finals of the Coppa Italia. And at least if Conceição is going to miss out on the Champions League, if he's not going to win any trophy, at least winning the Coppa Italia for AC Milan, no, at least it will be a step in the right direction for the coach. I think that Milan for so and Arsenal legend you could say some of the players will be to say Odegaard are too comfortable. I mean he's becoming too comfortable. But what I would say is that it's not like say Odegaard have too come this season. He's not playing. The target or set man who last season, no. This season Onyan Chamu even one third and as a quarter of how he performed last season, making assists in terms of scoring, creating chances, and also providing assists for any teammates. But this season, you know, watch football now quite say, oh, you player and you might 80 goals. You have to make sure say next season, over 90 to 100 goals, there should be an improvement. And then also a lot of opponents, a lot of rivals are saying Copa ma floppy this season. But in fact, checking the scoring log this season, our 22 goals contribution. That is the player I say they all struggle. And the Bukayo Saka first season and in the best ever season, he had 25 goals and assists. So what should Odegaard this season? Yama and Shedan Koyeman. And then another thing is after Gabriel Maguire is free, hono. Akwa say Saliba. The communication and Gabriel Maguire said the man no. And then washa in over 3 games, Saliba had 2 goals. Errors leading to goals. The whole of last season, error leading to goals were do 2. But in just 3 games, why 2 error leading to goals? You back against Real Madrid, and then no, there sounds Crystal Palace for a punishment. This time round, and this season, Arsenal ball down quarter 18 from winning positions. A few ones be, and like they were from a losing position. And about almost 9 out of the 13 draws are Arsenal body season from the winning position. And then people have been saying that Arsenal able to lead. That is one thing. And when they started this season, no more the dark arts and some attitude be, but at least they can avoid all those things. Or make my wasted time in all those stuff. Arsenal are one of the teams at least, or if they want to defend, or make me defend, they are frustrated you. In fact, for almost bare 2 years, they've never even considered more than 2 goals in a game. ABC Ache say Arsenal be considered 2 goals in a game since the start of last season. So I think that game no Crystal Palace they are not in the relegation zone, but this is the Premier League. Game no Momo Abba at least 45 points, just 1 point in it, but they are not in the relegation zone. But yesterday with that draw at Crystal Palace, Liverpool just need just a point. Right now, Liverpool ain't just a point if they want to win the league. And then on next game on Bebo, up against Tottenham Hotspur. If that game they are able to even get a point from Tottenham Hotspur's game now, it means that against Chelsea be more guard of honor. In that game, Chelsea be more guard of honor. And then against Arsenal, on the ball Anfield, no, they will give the trophy to them because on game on ball against Chelsea, away game. So the trophy will be handed to you whenever you are coming to play your next home game, and that is when Obebo Arsenal the trophy. So I think that whatever has happened, no, I mean, no games, no, a reflection that Liverpool are going to lift the trophy against Arsenal or Anfield Stadium. Then no, I think that the brilliant goals from Mateta and Beriche is it. And no, Oshe game next answer Arsenal for me list of me who is a Premier League no more your mad free so. Despite the fact that on starting almost the players that they've been starting. The only player on starting will game make us say Bia on Shadanya a start time. I mean in recent 2 players in the playoff Raheem Sterling or be replaced Bukayo Saka and Branton Leandro Trossard or replace the emergency striker Mikel Merino. Aside from that, all the players on board now start. And you see, sometimes we wait him to have another trophies, but the results from other cups a bit may affect you. A bit affect you so much that we bet me team we have one lose point. Any football, many can say in as much as talent, training, stamina, any BBI reckon psychologically and working into kaya how Madrid for a year day ahead of the second leg because over psychologically no more try to beat my frustrated Arsenal for but yes still Arsenal players no or my shots of they didn't even pay attention to those gimmicks. They were laughing and they came to Bernabeu ever winning. But with such losses, and my such losses, after this game, FA Cup and now league, the Champions League, it can affect the team. In the minute, I say Arsenal for whatever game they are playing, and how they played doesn't mean say they wanted to boycott the game. But I say Crystal Palace and coach Livagnas they did very well to get that point. I know Juventus say Lucia, Medica say. Juventus project now it was something that Thiago Motta was building, and Motta then say also no about draw over since my pam no about we winning 13 games about draw 13. So Thiago Motta sacking people believe that it was more of like a political not performance a part, but how he wanted to the club to go. Any clubs some of more politics in the management in the funny free hall. But then ego to the he's one of the coaches said no the team short term period otimi providing yama you who do call your Lazio and know about Juventus. But then Michel say these are 2 teams at least all here points and no checking the league logger. Parma still not on the relegation zone and now all winning game no he was just few points ahead of Venezia, Lecce and Cagliari. And then at that point, he's not too far, just 6 points. After getting that 3 points, and they only Venezia, any Empoli under the relegation battle, just 3 points per and the people shouldn't forget, and they only be the same pointer, movable playoff, then that person will go. So goal difference doesn't matter in this season's relegation battle in the Serie A. In the game, Parma needed that win. Same as 8 man needed Juventus in here because Juventus there's no relegation for him, but they have to secure the top 4 spot. And then despite the fact they are still just 1 point behind Bologna. And I mean they believe that a huge loss for them if cannot come over here commit mass cementum position just 2 points ahead of Team and a Bologna. And say Bologna needed the point. To me, how they approach the game, they approach the game say they needed the point more than Juventus did. In terms of possession, in terms of shots, in terms of everything that Juventus here, they did everything. But Juventus normally wasteful because when team 16 shots, ML2 per team on target, and it tells you how well organized Napama players they were in defense. And a lot of blocks, a lot of interceptions, tackles. Juventus attacking and it's something at least bomb. I think that Parma against Juventus the best team any team carry the day
Okay. Now share the strikers say way Chelsea in now, Liverpool in now, Man United in now. Yeah, maybe yeah.
Yes, I think with strikers in same there. Strikers are now striking role near position be it's a we team. Now one fight the best fit team ni year. Utimi ko be 2 seasons every home be foul year papa. You teams ni bi o makoto strikers are nyama nko time na Liverpool hwe so mbeja Firmino kwan na mko fa Darwin Nunes by untimi nya den NC year with Chelsea so striking issue from Diego Costa, Didier Drogba. Chelsea intimi nya striker bi obetimi amane that strong presence in the box any ababe problem. Man United in last season, the last 2 seasons, spending over 140 million on strikers. Any omumienu na intimi infected that particular bill. No? So striking role ni adebako very important for clubs. You can strikers as a mene Jamie Vardy say at the end of the season or person free team a friend Leicester into why granting interview I can be say any season Leicester championship no on me any omonko me share strikers be as you are available at this time or my dream said there are chance for them to move the lap of your friend is saying Ipswich a striker be at the end of the season surely obey me movie if we team my friend Ipswich Victor Goycrest Sporting so like release clause Nancy so release clause of 65 to 70 million so bet me a trigger you can get him onto your side. Victor Osimhen with the issue Timinya from Napoli or so you're available any or so bet me a movie. We've been hearing names Benjamin Sesko. He's also one player he may also move from the club. Also player about Frankfurt a friend who go with Eketiki. He's also one player he can also move. Inti me pesa me starti baako teams no. Me Chelsea at this time with Chelsea performance any ball at Chelsea ball any their formation in their style of play no. So be me out of this 5 strikers amabobo mudinya. I think Victor Goycrest will be the ideal player to help this Chelsea side. At the intini say Chelsea they get a lot of crosses into the box. They get a lot of chances being created. Chelsea Penny the only team I say, this season Premier League players who creating chances are Uyiko Palmer, Ubabe who play a friend or your friend is saying play a friend or Enzo Fernandez, Enzo Ewomu. Inti enyese Chelsea team bia omu create omu chances. Omu create chances ni ye papa. Omu create chances no but adeba ko ne say why na betimi a convert those chances no. And now another thing enso ye say eba crosses are omuye into the box Madueke, he's one of the best crossers of the ball. Pedro Neto, one of the best crossers of the ball. Eba Jadon Sancho, he's one of the best passers or finding a strikers, he's one of the best. Inti yenhwe Victor Goycrest ni season under review especially for Sporting. About 29 games, was 34 goals, 6 assists. So meaning so no nedwuma ne nya more finding players. Ne de ne say momfa ball ne ma me na me sha ma mo. Inti so hwe Chelsea se a ade a Chelsea here any this profile of player. Yen hwe ni player traits kakra eba touches in the box. Oma 89%. Eba shot attempt oma 98%. Eba goals oma 100%. Ni player traits. Eba chances created oma 99. Ade ba ko a se a this season no improve wo ho. And any area duels won. Inti se ohwe Chelsea team na do say omu create chances, omu cross balls. Se Goycrest about Chelsea team the only thing I think he will find problems a bit. Getting headers and getting a lot of scoring from heading goals. And they are the problem. But so being Zubeka saying Chelsea in Timenia Goycrest with this 5 strikers, who do you think would be available or fitting?
So you just pair them now. No, what selected your Goycrest
for Chelsea?
Okay, the next yes,
Liverpool. The next team are made in home como Man United. With Man United, Man United the team they are playing Amorim style no but it's more of a 3-4-3 system. And a 3-4-3 system. So Crystal Palace their main strength Mateta because he's a big presence in the box. He's a fighter or charge or ABBR to make sure say the tens are enjoying. And nothing who the likes of Eze and Ismail Sarr also enjoying so well. Over Man United style of player out of the 5 strikers I think Victor Osimhen will fit the bill for Man United. I didn't make us a Victor Osimhen say Man United this season Mkoto Odogi buy no league ni mo bian cross a ball into the final third than him. So if you have a player bet me more crosses into the box with Victor Osimhen, and so he's one player say back crosses he's one of the best. In Man United with the passes of Bruno Fernandes, any maybe Senya Cunha Honsa and Semoko, they can add Cunha to it and they can get a right back. He can also get crosses into the box. then Victor Osimhen is the right man for them. Yeah, Victor Osimhen this season about 25 games, was 21 goals with 4 assists. Into strikers are Mabubo Mudina, they are more of players that they don't contribute to goals. Need the NSS set man no share mouth. If you have Victor Osimhen and he touches in the box 15%. So meaning that he's one player, he doesn't touch a lot of times in the box. In Tinusene American, their team they do a lot of crosses, they get a lot of chances within the box. Into one touches baby. But Obeshe goes, Ocean short attempt or 100%. Meaning say a bad short attempt Victor Osimhen a more clinical as in player friend go across. A bad say more shorter or bossing go across. A bad goals they are on the same thing 100% each. A bad chances created or 81 compared to go across then are normal 87. A bad aerial duels a hot and beating the crowd or 74. But now go across, 15% and 47. It was our time. So with the style of play, being the number one, leading the line, being the poacher, to be able to benefit from the likes of Bruno Fernandes, from the likes of Dogi, from the likes of maybe some Betimia Adikunya or one crucial right wing back, he would benefit from them so well because they'll get the crosses into the box, and with his strength and with his power, he can convert all those chances. Saying I'm a boss, the chances conversion rate 81%. So this is one player I think he'll fit into this Man United team so well. And if there are other options, they can also look for. But to me, I think this would be one player. He would be that good fit for Man United. Yenshe Arsenal. Arsenal has been having a whole lot of striking issues, and they are looking out to bring in a striker. So Mikel Arteta style of player, the way a Man United and Chelsea are profiling, and the way I'm profiling these two teams on how they need their striker. Arsenal they know a different ball game altogether. Arsenal no share striker or more of a ball playing, will drop and play with the likes of Odegaard, Saka, and also Martinelli. And Nuntina, who say Kai Havertz always get a nod ahead of Gabriel Jesus and everybody in the Arsenal setup because of the strength or added to the team, especially dropping to help the midfield. So maybe some a striker that would fit into this bill. Mebo play a friend Ugo Ekitiki. Adentini say he's one player, his box presence is good. He dropping out of the box and also helping and making sure say his link up play any BBA a good or any style of play and in the structure he's similar to player friend Kai Havertz, but he has a lot of pace, he converts a lot of chances than Kai Havertz. Maybe the player this season about 29 games was 14 goals and 5 assists. Okay. Into shot with me assist more than Goekres any Victor Osimhen. You hear the player traits kakra. The touches in the box, Otimiye 80%. So this is one player he will fit so well into the Arsenal team. When the chances created we're creating 92% chances. It's meaning say those team neighbor the ball or create a lot of chances. And now with Goekres and Victor Osimhen, we are not seeing that from them. The short attempt 95. So he's a bit behind Goekres and also Osimhen ewunenim. Bebre. When the goals are 83% of the goal chances are winner. So he's more of a clinical player. Adebakwa Arteta ebema na ene then say his defensive action. So be drop ya ba be boam fin na press bi. Ama omunso etimi wini possession no. 64%. As I share Goekres, Victor Osimhen, they are giving 5%, 10% respectively. So he adds more to their game. And they who say there are clubs like Chelsea also chasing this boy based on say because of the way he adds more into the game. I name him say a player like this, it was similarities to Nicolas Jackson. The way Nicolas Jackson is super drop here by pressing a link up playing in Yama. So if Chelsea are going for a player, they don't need to go for the same profile as Nicolas Jackson, but something different from Nicolas Jackson. When the aerial duels are Otima 52%, Otimi winning 52% aerial duels, so meaning say his presence in the box is also good, and he going for headers and so yeah they back with us now. I think Hugo Ekitiki is one player I think he will fit into the Arsenal bill very, very well and help the team perform so well. Okay. With Liverpool, that is the last team I made you among common. With Liverpool, Liverpool fans be any in command by but one thing at Liverpool here at this moment, any striker to give them goals. the only thing that Liverpool here is a striker who would create chances, who would open up spaces for the likes of Mohamed Salah, for the likes of Luis Diaz, for the likes of Gakpo to score. You know who Liverpool down to the friends and the Firminos or Mobile. They weren't more of a goal scoring strikers. In the time Adam Nunes signing at Liverpool, people weren't looking much out for him scoring a lot of goals. But with the runs, he will be able to create a lot of chances and create those spaces for Mohamed Salah, and those wingers they are known for scoring goals. With Liverpool, I think a player that would help them so well is a player, a friend Liam Delap. Why I'm going for Delap? They say the season about 32 games, watch 12 goals with 2 assists. But any player traits kakra. Or a player be about chances creation 24%. He doesn't create a lot of chances. About touches, he does 17%. About short attempt, he does 33%. About goals, or yes 62%. About defensive action, or yet that is 78%. He's higher than all the strikers Amabo Mudin. Meaning say he adds more into the game and make sure say defending, and also his link up play and his ball playing very high. Bet me about Liverpool team no. It is a Liverpool call more of a counter player. You could see him doing the run, holding on to the ball and waiting for the likes of Mohamed Salah and also Cody Gakpo and also Luis Diaz to come up front and take those chances. No mate me. So watch Ipswich games this season. He can get the ball up front, hold up the ball, but quality players never joining no muntimi, but mostly no onya those balls now end in corners or also maybe goal kicks and maybe throw-ins. It helps the club going forward. When aerial duels he has a 57% in winning aerial duels. I think with the quality of Kutano, he's not an out and out striker. He's not a complete type of striker. But when he gets into this Liverpool's team, he would complement players from Mohamed Salah, Cody Gakpo, and Luis Diaz, and also Szoboszlai for them to enjoy their goal scoring with record to Munzu Etime put in this Liverpool team. So I think Delap will be one of the best pick for Liverpool team. No, one other striker made in home come about. I'm not trying to connect him to any team. Benjamin Sesko. We've seen a lot of clubs talking about him. We don't know, say, with him renewing his contract, maybe he would like to move or not. And Untimpona man relating it to any club. No, he has 29 matches. Washe 12 goals with 5 assists. Into Okuta, something similar with Delap. Or no, so the touches in the box 63%. The short attempt 70%. The goals 78%. In defensive work 40%. And an aerial duels 70%. Inti Oshe all the strikers Mudia Uyi Osimena. He's one of the players say open a box present and you'll be a bit me head ball here. He's one player he could also fit in. So Ubisamia he could fit into that Man United style. He could also fit into the Liverpool style a bit me bomb. But I think with Chelsea, the team is all set. They just need a finisher. A fox in the box obetimi convert all those chances either among.
Right. Listen, the answer now.
Yeah, list of my I think that with Chelsea, Liverpool, and all these teams, these are teams at least obey here attackers, and some of them no he just need someone who can score goals and also help build up the play. And then he wants a coach, Enzo Maresca Babekasa. He needs a photocopy of Nicholas Jackson. But whatever he's trying to say is that even if Chelsea play striker, they will need a striker. I'll bet me I hold on to play. But how they play in Conquest, the ball man will bet me create the spaces and also add the goals and also create chances for the players. There are a lot of players at least in currently. Football is here in strikers. A lot of them are doing same thing like what Nicholas Jackson is doing, and most of them also has a lot of goals. One Obebo Obiti say Alexander Isak, Obebo Obiti say Branton the Hugo, Ekitike of Eintracht Frankfurt and other strikers. But currently of late football nang sangasano. Ababe say it do webinar. People rely on strikers mainly to score goals. But for the past 7 years, people don't even rely on strikers to score goals. Unya striker bia obetime man 10 goals, 10 assists. He's okay because they have a certain winger or a goal scoring winger or a creative winger at that space. Today, who check the Premier League top scorers yeah. Omaji Efrima, we Hurricane, any Jamie Vardy. More my bang the goal scoring charting now Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah than any other player. And in fact, you check the top 5 leagues. The strikers are listed all. And normally the goal king charts in the top 5 league this season. Mohamed Salah with 27 goals in the Premier League. He's not a striker. But check here, we have Erling Haaland who has 21 goals. You have Alexander Isak also 21 goals. And Brandon Eddie Chris Wood with 19 goals. By Neubehuma Teta Oli Watkins in the list. We also go to Italy. Matthew Retegui, a striker, he has 23 goals. Moiskin was 17 goals. A lot of people are doing Shedan Corner so bad. He is a player Barcelona for air tracking the movement, air tracking the condition. If it's possible to bring him to the Camp Nou. And then Marcus Thuram 14 goals. Ademola Lookman and Lukaku, Lautaro Martinez in that order. Uko the Spanish La Liga. Robert Lewandowski leading with 25 goals. Kylian Mbappe with 22 goals. And Abraham Budimel, the experienced player for Osasuna and Rafinha. Also, Uko French League 1. Ubenya Ousmane Dembele leading the goal chart with 21 goals. Mason Greenwood 18 goals. Jonathan David 16 goals for Lille. And Baku Lamone and Mega Moso. So same as the other leagues. The Bundesliga, Hurricane, Patrick Schick, and Segu Guirassy. List all. We shall this list any Abia Victor Goyes watches 34 goals. Pavlidis, any Samu Agbehoa. This was in the Yomo friend Agbehoa. But list all, you look at the 5 major leagues, and even the Turkish Super League, and the Portugal Premier League. All these leagues, just the Bundesliga, and being a top 3 of mainly strikers. Oh, Mushe go no. In the name of striker, Obama goals, Obama assists, Obey consistent at least all. Nancy and why the end teams no control these strikers, and the mobile a big money bar. They cannot score. We saw how Darwin Núñez was scoring for Team and at the Benfica before at least Liverpool for Okochia in excess of over 95 million pounds. Ekofa and then buy. But right now, list all you look at these players to me with the kind of managers how they play no. Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man United will be a striker. In fact, this is the Arsenal ball without a typical striker, or my ball without a striker. After Gabriel Jesus April, they've played the league without a striker. With Chelsea, so almost started season very well with Nicolas Jackson. When Jackson pride, it's very obvious. Even if Jackson is trying, Jackson is not giving them goals at Omuhia. But Chelsea still needs a striker. United this is list all. 2 seasons they've bought Amakofa Abranta and the Rasmus Højlund, Amakofa Joshua Zexia, Omunina Mutia in excess of over 60 million pounds. And Okofa these players buy. And these players are more Italian realist or they were scoring goals. But I'm buying the Premier League no bar. Whatever you were doing our Bundesliga, I dare now we the Italian Serie A, I dare now we La Liga no. You have to do it times 2. And so now wait me excel as a striker in the Premier League. Because the pace, the aggressiveness of the defenders, time. And Arsenal, so Liverpool are obvious that Darwin Núñez is not the man for the project they are doing. In Tenewasha, they've been playing Dallo, any Branton and this Netherlands international, Cody Gakpo as the first name most of the times. But Russia, coach Iron Slots, Oyusu, Darwin Núñez, at certain moment, if you hear Darwin Núñez, you hear the pressure, you hear the aggressiveness, our front, there will be able to winning area doors. Ama Mohamed Salah, after who media creative chances. No? So, coach, be our high open. But you see, list all in all this, the most important thing is they need somebody who can score goals. Striker be on the abilities. Your strikers be more, they are good in the air, or the teacher goal. Your strikers be more, or don't they both head. Say or then the 9 goes, the strikers be list all. They are good in all these things. And you look at the strikers of Moab Victor Osimhen, Liam Delap, Hugo Ekitike, Jonathan Davids, And Benjamin Sesko and all these players at least they are having a fantastic this season. They are having a fantastic season or more respective clubs. Obiti say Hugo Ekitike list he is a player. He can play from the wings. He can play as a two. Obiti mabo two top. Obiti mabo as a lone number 9. And then this player and list with what coach and then Eddie Enzo Maresca can. He said he needs a striker. Just he need a photocopy of Abranta and the Eddie Nicholas Jackson. What does it mean? It means that this coach, he doesn't need a striker. Or then say he's just a goal poacher. He needs a striker. Obey me ball. I hold the ball, create space. And their man, other players actually go. So in this space, with a kind of strikers, a more Hugo Ekitike list he is a player and he's watching the videos and I say I take from here time they should go to YouTube and almost search Hugo Ekitike. They will see the kind of player he is. He is a player. He can score outside the box. He can score inside the box. One of the attributes a boy pass or a striker or fine footwork and a obasu. That is why on the Abranta and Eddie Omar Mamush, their partnership was so nice. You bomb two top. We be cut flanks. We be running into the spaces. And most of the new goals I watched this is Nina list or Nina outside the box. The numbers for Hugo Ekitike for a Frankfurt this is list in all competition over 44 games about this is list we shared 21 goals and provided 9 assists in all. But my question is can this player ni mentality no obet me abo in such big club because you who go Ekitike or PSG and farmer. So to me sometimes I'll believe say if the Chelsea hierarchy are going to sign a striker, they should sign a player or experience or brought games into the highest level. And Hugo Ekitike a player, he's very young from the France under 20 and 21 and 23 will all through the ranks, and he's a player mate make say or bet me fit into the. But the thing is so about list all one ni mentality no am be strong for that big class no koyo how okobo PH na anhwana niema entimi amfama no. There's another player list all I believe that he will fit the profile of whatever Chelsea are here. Maybe Victor Osimhen might not be the player or be off foot or betmenya that foot works like Jonathan Davids of Lille and Hugo Ekitike. But honestly, what instead of play be a list there are some strikers be they can build up play or make me hold the play or make me the ball running. That is a typical example of Air Brandt and Victor Osimhen. And then this season Chelsea they've been sending crosses day in day out, both the right wingers, the fullbacks or behind cross. So if Chelsea senior player beats Victor Osimhen, he fixed all the box in terms of area duels, in terms of say young poachy game, no, young creative chances. The other players in he's also good at that thing. But the thing is, these players are teams in the Premier League one way or the other. It will depend on the player, no, the transfer fee. Because beats Manchester United, the reason why and the club wants the lap, and not the coach wants Osimhen, and the club wants the lap in the list the money involved. Because United are going to, sell a lot of players because financially they are not stable. And Sir Jim Ratcliffe, I can say they are going to offload a lot of players. Rasmus Højlund, Joshua Zexi, Garnacho, Rashford, Muina, Anthony Muina, they will sell all these players. And Kunha, a done deal. Even if they will sign Kunha, they will sign another striker. And right now, United attention in Aqua Air Brandt and they edit the lab because the lab component Abster said if it's for Aqua relegation. Who can take 40 million euros pounds? I'll bet for any the lab Edna Baltimore. But Hugo Ekitike, the number of pricer and at the huge pricer Frankfurt Fairborn a turn off for Manchester United. The kind of money Victor Osimhen person onje the salary of person onje no. That has been the issue for both Chelsea and Manchester United because even the coach and I say Sir Jim Ratcliffe Obabe owner for United or making it sense players be na or moje higher money United or make cut players in down. And if Osimhen is not willing to cut off a salary in a list or but to me I think that all these strikers with Liverpool, Hugo Ekitike might fit in better. But also Liverpool for the monitor the money Frankfurt for over 70 million euros on beso of that is the kind of money they also want to get. So with me, I think that player like Delap and most of the people are omo help developing the sporting directors, omo help developing Abrante no. Most of them were Chelsea, and then Omar Berada no Man United. List he also helped in some way, one way or the other. Abrante also had Manchester City. In today, the lap Hugo Ekitike, Victor Goyekres, Abrante and Jonathan David, and I think I can't play about Benjamin Sesko. All of these players, to me, I don't think Sesko ba obey me maintain because even the numbers are or they ma a year team and a year RB Leipzig and shall I encourage that is in the Bundesliga.
So now what mention the strikers?
Yeah.
Maybe say my advice to these coaches and now these teams are Chelsea in Fawana.
Yeah.
United in
Fawana. Right now, no, with all these strikers, me share players I believe say beyond batch also beat me afar. I will just mention just 3 players. 1, Victor Goyekres. 2, Victor Osimhen. And 3, Delap and Abrante and the Jonathan Davis. These are all players I feel like mentally they can play for Chelsea, and they also take the boss for however Chelsea wants to play. Either you hold up Jonathan Davis, Osimhen, scoring. They are all good finishers, or make me compliment Cole Palmer and Nicolas Jackson. But I have very difficult for Victor Osimhen and Nisikano. And I don't see say a very possible for or no with how Chelsea wants to manage the situation. With Abrante and Eddie Jonathan David, it will be very difficult. But after this, I can't 1 year.
No, or call free.
Yes, or call free transfer. And he is one player. I believe that with the kind of financial constraint what Chelsea this some move from Remo. Right now, they want to buy a defender, a winger, and a striker. That is the main priority. And I believe that if Omanya the lap and the leading contender for now, so I think that Chelsea can lean on to the lap and Jonathan David, because I feel that these players in list financially are safe, are sound, because Unya Jonathan Davis at least although maybe unfitted to the age group at Chelsea, but or 26 years, or he comes with experience, he comes with that winning mentality, both international and in clubs right now, or deliver day in, day out. And this season in the Champions League, out of 10 games or boy in the Champions League, was just 7 goals, provided 3 assists in the Champions League this season. So if you are getting Jonathan David for free as a player or Nicolas Jackson Bechaba, I think that is very good. All idea here say or wingers no. If Kopama is giving you 14 goals, if Noni Madueke or whoever will also come in as another winger is also going to give you these goals, a bit me at the trophy. And I think that with Liverpool, I think that the best option for Liverpool and so bit me how they play no, either they will go in for Jonathan Davids and Abrante and who go Ekitike with how they set up or team but then also about monetary aspects, if they can be able to sell Darwin Núñez or any of the strikers about. So I will tip Jonathan Davids and who go Ekitike for Liverpool. With Manchester United right now, I clear, but the club wants Delap, and also they also need Victor Osimhen. With the kind of football coach and they Ruben Amorim Bono, he played 2 strikers. One Bakube target man, but the target man also movement into the box. He has to be good on the ball. Otimbo penalties, Otimbo that direct attacking football, and the lap and Victor Osimhen taking that box. No, in fact, Obi to say Hugo Ekitike and Jonathan Davis more. I'll meet me about as the second striker, no, to that main striker. That is why Omasan Kokofa Eyekunha. So for now, I think that with Manchester United, the target the lap and the Victor Osimhen. But with the financial constraint, any fair play rules, how United right now, it might be very difficult to make me Victor Osimhen. They report now about and say the management, they want the lap. But the coach wants Victor Osimhen and maybe Victor Goyekres. The amount 70 million euros are sporting for airborne, and the amount of money in any manager and association and the agent and player, it might be very difficult. So I will tip Victor Osimhen, the lap and a Kunha for Manchester United. For Arsenal, they will need a player also or a ball playing center forward who can also score goals, and none other. Team just 2 players. One Alexander Isak, Hugo Ekitike, Jonathan David, and maybe Victor Goyekres. On bet my Arsenal will have to sign one of these strikers. But with the financial constraint, I don't think say Obi to say Alexander Isak will come so cheap. Me sure so bit to say Victor Goycrest will come so cheap. But with us now, I think I'll take multiple 3 strikers near their mom. Alexander Isak, Victor Goycrest, and Abranta.
Choose one for them.
But at least
so
acquire financial. I clear the moment
we say we want to put everything in hypothesis. So Arsenal, Arsenal bomb. Okay, you think that Eucharist bar or bet solve your problem their mom. Because at the end of the day, they will never sign 3.
So it should be 1-1 for
1-1 for yes, because the strikers are more available now. The end now believe say Chelsea 5 Bebuano, Arsenal 5 Bebuano, UEFA because they will leave options there. And it will be able to me. Anybody at all can also say
the reason why it's here may leave options now is I clear say you can even tip Victor Alexander Isak for Arsenal, but with the scanner or more Belgian player than Belgian, it doesn't look unlikely. So it's my but let me do it like that. With Chelsea, for me, I'll tip the lap. With Man United, Mafa Cunha already. With Arsenal, I think
on Cunha,
yeah,
as a leading striker.
Yes.
No.
No, but
in
they will need a striker.
One. Cunha so a striker, and coach in a formation either so about 1 striker, 1 midfielder or 1 attacking midfielder. So they already have Zex in Holland. We don't know say if these players will go. Right now, Cunha need the main attacker. So maybe I'm another striker. So if say me you Cunha free,
no, he is not part of. All the reports he will come in as one of the number 10s. They are still looking at a striker. So he will come.
So I'll tip Victor Osimhen for Manchester United. The lap for Chelsea. Arsenal, I think I'll tip Alexander Isak. Then team meets Liverpool. I'll take Hugo Ekitike for them.
Okay, right. So me share systems are coaches in ball. With United, transitional football no more obviously. Player coach as soon as I think say Omunya Eucharist Kohonoma, it will clearly help them move the team forward because of the transitional football no more day. Omobono. And this is a striker only coach in Juma Pen. He is trying to implement the system I know about Portuguese league, you know. So obviously if there is a striker who was banging in goals, and this is a striker, the coach and whoever involved, you know, it me identify no. England Satem or what championship ni mo no mutumi identify no. Ni Portuguese teams, they go to South America, maybe sometime Africa, to get cheaper players, come and mold them and sell them for big. But this time, this coach actually identified Eucharist, brought him in, and the success almost choking together. So United going for him will be a jackpot for the coach and team now person made or building. With Arsenal, I feel say the way they play and how a striker bit is say can have it a ball gives me this sense Sesko bar Arsenal it will actually help them. Because Arsenal doesn't necessarily need somebody who will contribute in play. Because a team be a what natural number 10. Or natural number 10. Biano. Here somebody who will just be in the box, be a box crasher, and sure say obey the banky goals. And Obi to say can have it. Some of the criticism they say or say chances or say big chances near there. The movement but we've seen him being the main man because of how Arsenal born. So for me, I think Sesko joining Arsenal, it will fit into a year almost system now with Liverpool. Yes, they have Mo Salah, but they are looking at say, okay, so after Mo Salah, what next? Because then you know Mo Salah age, they don't know how injury seminar they are there. In terms of wingers, getting players on mobile wings, they know say they can, but they also need a striker who can also bang in the goals. So Salah no so yet or no so because this season Salah has shown say he can score and can also assist. And yes, sir, Umber rely on him for only goals. Now what shows say he can also give an assist. So striker ben and Liverpool so esha ebetumi aiden ebetumi aboa omo say he also come in and also bank in the goals. Ebi omo ma Darwin Nunes akwa not because onyade but because of senior or say goes too much moving to the right areas but missing big chances. So with Liverpool looking at the strikers involved no with how on born say unimborn so work akra be bo mo pa. So a striker like Hugo Ekitike, but because of the transfer fee, no, anyhow Liverpool ayo omonyama in recent times, no. Eno na ama abe between Abrante ayefre no Hugo Ekitike and Jonathan David. So I want to go with Jonathan David for Liverpool. With Chelsea, look, it is obvious that aside Chelsea looking for somebody who can score goals, Chelsea is also looking at somebody who will be a leader, who will bring certain mentality, certain kind of as a not wanting to fail. A player also like he's upset, always be upset with a defeat. You see a player being upset. And players are almost Chelsea almost shows us traits they be almost successful. Made me a Cesar Aspilicueta. Even Enzo Fernandez a man for started so more year and now Nyadie na Chelsea are 2 sike guni ade nyina. This season everybody have seen say this is a guy okra monstrous mentality. Though or young was show mentality, the willingness to win and then to be successful with Chelsea no. It was so unya sa feeling say defeat is something a break you, defeat is something a how, defeat is something a how agony. And the players no more sa mentality they are successful. Then a player or be balance in terms of the age a year can say Chelsea and they crowd the youngest team average young age Chelsea in the crowd. Somebody will be to my baby balance yes with everything the kind of chances that Chelsea create, the style of the wingers almost see any style at Chelsea foreseeing them say no next season how will Chelsea better than ever first one born the ball no. I think say Victor Osimhen a striker I think say of fitting in the bill. One, he brings that mentality no. Two, he will give you goals from fewer SG because we've seen Chelsea getting all the bigger SG but goal scoring have a problem, and he's a striker. The goals are washing more than the expected goals are, and I say are there friend SG so he can score out of nothing. Sometimes you check maybe a Napoli team maybe almost SG near 0.11 yet somebody has scored. Galatasaray, you say almost started game, especially almost game against Konyaspor. They started the game with barely just 0.0 something. Then now share and the area ability. something standing out. He is matured because Chelsea team no. I'm not sure say Chelsea supporters will forgive the technical directors, any the owners, if they don't get it right, especially in the striking area. Because everything points to the point say, even if they don't sign any defenders, the current defense, if somebody like we have a fan about enko injury, the current defense is good enough. At Chelsea and Finfin, if they don't do anything, with the current settings, Bibia shows say a bit too okay anymore now with the chances creation, and with how Chelsea are proactive in terms of opposition. Bibia say the elake ayade ba kope striker because even goalkeeping Sanchez Nana errors leading to goals. Ababe any problem. But in terms of saves, he's one of the best in the world. But leading to errors leading to goals, and all the time, Emma Obiaya then Ekasetiano, and the stars are there in terms of saves. Oh yes,
and
the statistics are there.
I think in the EPL we flecking, not we that is on there the goalkeeper with the best save percentage. Yes.
What you say? Yes, the whole world.
The whole world. Recent stats. Not that fourth behind Donnarumma. Any Edison.
You understand? So this is the goalkeeper in terms of shot stopping or away, but the errors leading to goals. Unpardonable errors. Something Abeka say, what is this guy doing? What you say? It's a banisana. You cannot be relied on. But say yes, okate saad any free wa errors leading to goals. Okate free one man. Chelsea is good to go with him. That is what I've noticed. And Chelsea directors cannot get it wrong with another youngster, and as another player. Yes, Leon Delap, Premier League ni mo. But the way we say. Boss here Chelsea cross about 18-year box. Chelsea struggle against low block teams. Into your pobia about between about stop it, about solve our problem no. Because as I play on the bench, now say against open with teams or open up. Say Jackson starts now Jackson we know or Chelsea ball 4-5 goom. Now say striker no even say 1-1 Obama. Chelsea winning. Now a do baby Chelsea will be over solve a problem. And the problem here breaking down low block teams. And you low block teams, you know. Adi out be your cross the ball in about 18-year box. Nottingham Forest against Spurs. Spurs managed to create all their chances, sending the ball into the box, crossing, and go take crown. Crossing there. We've seen Man City playing against low block teams, and at the end of the day, crossings against Everton. They cross the ball till say Omutuminya they needed goal. So when you meet the low block team, crossing a bit, then you need somebody who can attack these balls a bit. Leon Delap, Omuborn or ball team, rely on counter attack, rely on transitions. Chelsea doesn't rely on transitions. So the huge question mark and about the area abilities there has been a question mark there. So me side I feel say I have Victor Osimhen but Chelsea a bit balance baby. Jonathan David to Liverpool, Gyökeres to Man United, Sesko to Arsenal, Victor Osimhen to Chelsea. This is a mistake. Yenshwe na matches na afi yenshwe na yemfa ayi no yemra. Yeah, na matches no. Yeah, yemo boss na afi yemfa code no nto aso.
Okay. Inti ene game selection kakra maye enye. PSV ewo game ene oni FC20 me ko PSV win or draw over 2.5. Ewo ho. Ene MYBET selections are my PSV win or draw over 2.5. Real Betis win any 1.5 euro. Atletico Madrid win or draw 1.5. ɛna Bologna ɛne Empoli Bologna to win. Code no 2JPY 2JPY.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Immediately chops for and then games never started. Osasuna Sevilla game no a double chance for Osasuna. Leganés Girona game no over 1.5 goals in that game. Bologna Empoli in the Coppa Italia a straight win for Bologna. Real Betis Real Valladolid straight win for Real Betis, and Atletico Madrid and Rayo Vallecano game no a straight win for Atletico Madrid. Me saying as it should be Osasuna double chance. Leganés Girona game over 1.5 goals in that game. Bologna win, Real Betis win, and Atletico Madrid win. Code no CJPY.
All right, yes, me so me dear no say net here. Yeah, my selection. What I say? Leganés ne Girona. Leganés home win or draw. Osasuna and Sevilla. Osasuna home win or draw. Atletico Madrid ne Rayo Vallecano. Atletico Madrid 1-3 goals. Real Betis and Valladolid. Real Betis win. AZ Takma and Nak Breda for 1.5. FC20 and PSV no win. Corinthians SP and Racing Club Ebo. Corinthians home win. Club Bolivar and Palmeiras and Ebo. Palmeiras away go. Club Brugge and Union Saint Gilloise. Club Brugge home win or draw. CFR Cluj and FC Faro Constanta and Ebo. CFR Cluj win either half. Jagaden and Ostens IF and Ebo. Jagaden win either half. Inti we so meso mediano no. Yes. Nyamene adom dum ya ochina Friday ochina beba na afi edo aba be rem because yeah question of the day no. Yes, question of the day no. Yenhwe say answer no. Obi the answer na ba na. Me hu de me hu ye na think say we nya no correct.
Okay.
We nya no correct. So I will go for Louis van Gaal. Enye Louis van Gaal. E wo hono. Ma me hwe
Obi anya e wo YouTube.
Obi anya wo YouTube.
Ofori Kofi or say David Moyes. James Ofori Kofi or say David Moyes.
Okay. Yes. James you be contact you na afi the akachi ni na eno waka na bibia atumi aka ti una unya na correct. Tinyame adom na adom don ya ochina ye be sa aba na afi the akachi ni ya de abramo yakra mo